Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a review and showing you some swatches of the brand new Lime Crime Venus 3 eyeshadow palette. As soon as this was announced to the public, I was like, oh my god, this palette is just me all over. I love these kind of shades. I also find that these are very flattering kind of shades on medium skin tones, brown skin tones, deep skin tones, and even fair skin tones. Basically all skin tones. So this is what it looks like. I'll show it to you up close in a minute, and then when I show you some swatches as well. So this retails at £34. I bought mine from Love Makeup. I was also on the waiting list for Cult Beauty, and it's just all about who launched it first, to be honest, because Love Makeup were doing free shipping for this eyeshadow palette as well, and I think they've lowered their minimum amount for shipping as well. Finally, it's not just free over £50. I think it's free shipping over £30, and this is 34, so I would have got free shipping anyway, to be honest. And Cult Beauty just launched it a couple of days later, so sorry Cult Beauty. Snooze you lose, first come first serve sort of thing. So this is what it looks like. Altogether there are 8 shades. So obviously, as the name suggests, this is the third in the Venus range, excluding the large Venus XL palette, which kind of doesn't count because the Venus range itself started with just one palette of 8 eyeshadows. And I've actually just brought it here to show you guys. This is what it looks like. So this was the original one, and this is the third one. I don't own the second one. No other reason other than I just don't find those kind of colours for me. When I buy eyeshadow palettes, which I know have only got a few shades in them, I want to be able to use all of them rather than only a handful. When you've got a massive eyeshadow palette of 20 shades and a couple of them don't work so well for you, you don't mind so much because the majority do work. And that's the reason why I've never bothered to buy Venus 2. So this one here is a very warm toned eyeshadow palette full of like pinky sort of shades, lilac-y sort of shades, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Overall, straight off, I give it a 10 out of 10. It's an excellent eyeshadow palette. Really happy that I got it. Now a lot of you will be like, oh, it's another eyeshadow palette, and oh, do we really need another one? Oh, there are so many dupeable ones. Yes, you're fair in saying that, but at the end of the day, it's down to personal preference about whether or not you want to actually get it. Lime Crime have got their own formula and their own different types of textures as well. And in terms of Lime Crime specifically as a brand, no, they haven't come out with shades like this before. So you have to remember that when you try to compare them to other brands, they're doing their own thing and they're just releasing what they have never released before with their own brand, rather than looking to other brands and worrying about whether something of theirs is similar to somebody else's. Now, let me just read to you what their eyeshadow palette, or what it says on their website. So this one, it says, is the heavenly sister of the grunge palette has descended from above. Rapturous lilac, rose gold and mauve shades mix with earthly browns. Ultra buttery formula sweeps on richly pigmented colour that doesn't fade or fall out. The dreamy lavender and rose gold box is graced with Venus herself. It says featuring new shades and finishes that beam all the way to the skies and beyond. I agree with everything they say. The quality of the shades are excellent. They're buttery, they're pigmented, they're easy to blend. I had no issues creating this look at all. I'm using this entire palette on my eyes today, and I have filmed this makeup tutorial for you guys as well, just so that you guys could have an idea of, if you did decide to get an eyeshadow palette like this, how you could create a look. I think I used all except 3 of these shades, so hopefully if you like this look, because this video will probably go up before the tutorial, let me know below what you think of it, and then hopefully you guys will like the makeup tutorial I came up with. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different types of finishes, which seems odd considering there are only 8 eyeshadows. They've done their usual thing of, okay, one is a matte finish, one is a shimmer matte finish, one is an iridescent shimmer finish, one is a glow finish, and one is a metallic finish. The glow texture is, as it says, soft luminous finish, glowy, not glittery. So it's almost like a matte with a sheen to it, if that makes sense. And I actually really like that glow texture. It's not quite matte, but it still blends as beautifully as a matte, and if anything I find it blends even better than matte shades. So altogether there are 3 matte shades, there is 1 metallic shade, there are 2 iridescent shimmer shades, 1 glow shade and 1 shimmer matte shade. So basically there are more mattes than there are of the other textures. I'm happy with that. I'm fine with that. If anything, I prefer eyeshadow palettes to have more mattes than shimmers, because you generally tend to use mattes in your crease as the rule of thumb for makeup anyway, and to create depth and dimension and contouring to your eye, you generally need to use matte shades, because shimmer shades, the light bounces off of it, and then that will basically get rid of any contouring or any eye shaping that you're trying to do. So I really like that they've come out with that many matte shades. 2 iridescent shimmer shades. I'm using one of them on my eyelids today, this purpley one that you can see here called Beam. Look how gorgeous and stunning it is. It's a gorgeous Paradise. This bright blue, this bright purple shade is the one which has the glow texture to it. So easy to apply. I used it out on the outer part of my eye and it applied beautifully. I give all of these eyeshadows a 10 out of 10. I think it's an excellent palette. And I'll just again quickly read what they say. Buttery smooth formula lays down a brilliant colour payoff in one swipe. Layer and blend to create a heavenly tone of your own. What it won't do is fade or fall out or make you look the same as everyone else. Which is true. Charlena doesn't like to look like anybody else. She just likes to look like herself. This is just her. This is just we. So fade or fall out. Nope. No fallout. No fading. No issues picking up the powder onto the brush. Minimum amount is needed to apply to the eyes to build up the colour to the intensity that you want. A little bit goes a really long way. Overall, I'm very happy with this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you some swatches and just go through each one quickly, one by one, just so that you guys can see how each one performs. So this is what the palette looks like itself, with Venus de Milo on the front in a beautiful purpley toned box with rose gold. And then here is the eyeshadow palette itself with a beautiful mirror, which works very well, and it's a very light palette. It's in its standard cardboard casing, which I'm happy with as they're quite durable and they're very light to carry around, and it's great for traveling as well. This first shade here is called Dreamy, and this is a beautiful matte shade in a mauve shade. Hopefully the black underneath is not interfering with this too much. I was swatching something and I couldn't clean it off, even with eye makeup remover, people. But this I used in the crease today. It's quite a soft shade, so you do have to build it up depending on what your skin tone is. But overall, it performs really well. Sorry about that noise. That is my door slamming open and shut. It's really hot in London. Sorry about that. I actually just nearly jumped. Scared me. This next shade is called Beam. This is the one that I'm wearing on my lid. And this is one of the iridescent shimmer textured shadows. This one is a beautiful lilac-y shade with a pink shift to it. Now I know it doesn't appear to be very pigmented, but it is an iridescent shade, but it packs down quite a lot of glitter. This will work well as an amazing topper or to use on its own like I've done today. But I did have to layer it quite a bit to make sure that the colour appeared really rich on my eyes. This shade here is called Heavenly. This one is also an iridescent shimmer. It's a rose gold sort of shade. Exactly the same as the one before. It's one of those ones you have to layer it quite a bit because it is a soft iridescent shimmery shade. Would work well as a topper or apply it thick or wet to get maximum impact. This shade here is called Rapture. Now this is one of the shimmer mattes. It's a beautiful shade. It's like a soft pink colour, and it's got bits of kind of blue sparkle in it, because obviously it's a matte shade but it's a shimmer matte, meaning it's still got the texture and blendability of a matte shade, but it's got bits of sparkle in it, and it's beautiful. This shade here is called Ecstasy. This is another matte shade, and this I happen to be wearing in my outer V today. It's a beautiful kind of an eggplanty, brownish, purpley lilac sort of shade. It's a very deep shade in the swatch. But actually to apply it to the eyes, it's not as intense as you may assume. There's actually not a lot of dark shades, or there's no dark shades in this palette at all. But this one is really nice to smoke out. It's really easy to blend and it's excellent quality. This shade is called Paradise. So this is the only one with the glow texture that I mentioned. It's a bright fuchsia shade with hints of purple to it. I'm actually using a little bit of this on my lid today. It works beautifully. It's very pigmented and it blends amazingly. This shade is called Bliss. This one is another matte shade. This is probably, I would say, the best performing shade in the palette and my favorite color as well. Look at how intense and rich it is. That is one swipe. I layered this over the shade, the first shade, Dreamy, to apply it to my crease area. It's such a gorgeous color. It's like everything and anything spring and summer this kind of color is. It's a gorgeous kind of rosewood sort of shade, and it will look amazing on all skin tones. And then last but not least is the shade Beloved. And this one is the one and only metallic shade. Look at how pigmented it is. Again, that was one swipe. It's described as a minky lavender brown, which is a great description for this shade. It's pigmented. It looks amazing on the lid. It looks great for kind of smoky looks, especially if you pair it with this shade over here. It will look absolutely stunning. Another beautiful color. So here's all the shades so you can see them from over here. So what do you guys think? I am genuinely really happy with this palette. I think it's gorgeous. It's such a stunning palette. It will work well with so many skin tones, and for the quality and the different types of textures, I think it's an excellent palette. So what do you guys think? Are you thinking about getting it? Have you got it already? Let me know your thoughts below. What else can I say? Because I know you guys will ask and don't want to wait for the tutorial. On my lips, I'm wearing this Too Faced, one of their new Naturally Matte lipsticks. It's in the shade Pout About It. It's so pretty. Gorgeous nudie pink sort of shade. Oh no, I just dented it. So yeah, so that's it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, make sure you subscribe. Follow me on places like Instagram, where you will see me creating these looks if you want any inspiration, because I normally tend to post there pretty much every day, and I show all the new makeup that I've bought and the different types of looks I've created with it. Other than that, I hope you guys are wonderful and great, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.